Hello everyone, and welcome to my Days of Our Lives official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Stefan stresses hard as Rafe questions Harris and Dubaity's creeping over Everett's story after Kayla examines Everett at the sanitarium. He tells Stephanie he wishes he knew what's going on with him. Stephanie is sure her mama will figure it out. Marlena enters the room upon Kayla asking her to take over his case. She reports his CAT checkup indicates traumatic brain injury. In the tank near the train tracks, Wendy starts to breathe fleetly and starts pacing. Tripp talks her through her fear attack until she evens out. In his sanitarium room, Harris opens his eyes to Rafe. Kayla enters and helps Harris get his comportments. She tells him he was in a coma after getting shot. As Harris lies in his sanitarium bed with his eyes closed, Kayla gravely faces Rafe. In the lobby, Ava excitedly hugs a stressed-out Stefan upon hearing the good news about Harris. She says this is the answer to their prayers, but Stefan disagrees. When Ava questions his response, Stefan says he's just upset about how Clyde will reply. "Screw Clyde!" Ava exclaims. Stefan tries to leave, but Rafe comes out, declaring no bone goes anywhere. Further Darren Brooks' implicit primetime reprisal in Everett's sanitarium room, Stephanie helps him relate everything that happened with Jada to Marlena. Despite his fingerprints matching Robert Stein's, he swears he doesn't know who that person is. Upon learning about Everett's auto accident, Marlena muses he could have had PTSD, which would explain the memory loss. His brain could have just turned off the recollections of being Robert. Gash as well as Everett prodigies if he could really be the person who was so terrible to his woman. To pass the time in the tank, Tripp asks Wendy about her nonage. She explains she was born in Hong Kong before her family moved to India for her father's business. She recalls it being a tough adaptation at first, but she grew to love it. She befriended a boy named Samir, who she went gemstone climbing with and who tutored her to skateboard. When he teases her about Samir being her first crush, she points out she was 9. Either it was a long time ago and far down. Further interview, the way home Spencer McPherson talks Jacob when Wendy asks Tripp about his nonage, he says it's substantially sad and suggests they stick to the unconcerned stuff. She asks for a funny story from Med Academy rather. After a many stories, Tripp asks about Wendy again, but she's too spooked to suppose of anything differently. Tripp says he's angry and outraged, but he knows they'll be okay. He's just thankful that he's with the person he loves most in this world. She's thankful for that too. She's also thankful that indeed if he's spooked, he's acting tough and stalwart for her. He quips about faking it till you make it. In the sanitarium lobby, Kayla tells Ava, Stefan, and Rafe that Harris is talking and his vitals are good. Rafe heads to his room as Ava thanks God Harris came back to them. Stefan anxiously peers through Harris' room window. In there, Rafe tells Harris he was shot on the landing wharf upon meeting someone. When Harris looks out the window at Stefan and Ava, Rafe relays that Ava's been there much the whole time. Harris asks about Stefan. "Oh, yeah, he's been there too." Harris looks off pensively. More DWTS Balshwarkovsky reveals scary injury. Ava angrily addresses Stefan, who gravely looks off camera. In Everett's sanitarium room, Marlena warns against getting ahead of themselves. They're still gathering information. She wants to request both Everett's and Robert's medical records from Seattle. Everett gives his concurrence, and Marlena leaves. Everett swears to Stephanie that Robert Stein is a foreigner to him. She doesn't know what to believe. He wants her to believe that he loves her and would no way hurt her. She suggests they just stay and see what the Croakers say. Everett prodigies if he has a brain excrescence. She points out they would have set up it on the CAT checkup. He doesn't know if he can be alone right now. She promises to be there for him. Further did story with a twist? Latterly, Everett signs paperwork for the release of his medical records. Marlena asks if anyone could fill in the blanks for them. Everett suggests his former editor and a journalist chum in Seattle. Marlena advises he call her if talking to them triggers commodity. Also, they should start sessions as soon as possible. Realizing she's a psychiatrist, he asks if she thinks he'll recover the recollections his brain has deleted. She can't guarantee that, but it's what they all hoping for, isn't it? Further, Holly wakes up, Alani returns in Days promo. Wendy and Trip are confident people are looking for them, but they can't imagine they'd look for them at the old brewery by the field. Wendy suggests the only way out is to escape. With an unforeseen rush of confidence, they believe they can do this. They just need a strategy like MacGyver. As Stefan again tries to leave the sanitarium, Ava asks what's got him so restless. Stefan starts to tell her what Clyde made him do, but Rafe emerges from Harris' room. He tells them Harris has no idea who shot him. At Harris' room window, Ava puts a hand on the glass. They hypercritically lock eyes. Further, Days leading men pose for Playgirl from his sanitarium bed. Harris looks through the window at Rafe talking to Ava and Stefan in the hallway. When Kayla and Marlena confer over Everett, they agree there's no egregious explanation for the memory loss. Kayla prodigies if he's faking amnesia. In his room, Everett gets a call to come to the police station right down. Officer Goldman enters the beer tank for Trip to record a communication for his mama. Hanging Wendy if he doesn't, she tosses him a tablet and script. Star Blake Berris in a Hallmark movie? You'll no way guess which bone. Days of Our Lives, DOL. Star Blake Berris is bringing the drama to Salem right now as Everett Lynch, Stephanie Johnson, Abigail Klein, and Jada Hunter's Elia Cantu, mysterious partner, who seems to have a shady history. He also formerly played villain Nick Fallon on and off on the show from 2006 to early 2023. Still, can Days suckers pinpoint the Hallmark Channel film he formerly appeared in? Days of Our Lives spoilers. Star Blake Berris once appeared in a 2019 Hallmark Channel movie. Fun fact, much like numerous cleaner stars before him, Berris appeared in a Hallmark movie that first vented in 2019. Called Ever in My Heart, the rom-com starred actors Jack Turner and Merritt Patterson, Charlie and Jenna, independently. Days of Our Lives star Blake Berris in a Hallmark movie? You'll no way guess which bone. The story centered around a couple who fell in love while Jenna was in Ireland, working for an Aubaird's. Charlie's family, possessed. The two broke up when Jenna headed back to the U.S. for a new job. Still, they bond formally again when she finds herself back in Ireland on a business trip. Of course, a plot twist unravels when Berris's character, Dave, pops into the picture. Dave happens to be Jenna's fiancé, and he heads to Ireland to surprise her. She must decide if she wants a fast-paced life and career in the United States with Dave or a calm and simple life in Ireland with Charlie, working at the Aubaird's. Important like his Nick Fallon character on Days, Dave is the type of character suckers are inescapably lodging for. As for Everett, it looks like observers are torn and still need to see further of his story before a judgment is made. DOL spoilers. Star Blake Berris has also been on another soap opera in addition to his other acting places. Berris also had a brief stint on General Hospital, GH. In 2017, he hopped into a temporary recast of Attic favorite character, Damien Spinelli, regularly played by actor Bradford Anderson. Unfortunately, Anderson couldn't appear in The Cleaner also due to a previous commitment to some motherland occurrences. Still, it's clear that Days is home for Blake Berris. Not only is he presently wowing suckers as Everett Lynch, or is it Bobby Stein, but he also shared in the Peacock original movie, A Very Salem Christmas, as Nick Fallon, back in 2021.